Welcome to week 6 in the Activate Your Voice video series. I am Susie Beiler, your host in the Light Language Symposium, and this week we're talking about anger and how you use your voice when you are angry. There is a way that is appropriate and a way and ways that are not so appropriate. I'm sure you can guess. I'm sure you already know this content, but it is important to have this conversation because so many of us speak out of anger, and it truly is an energy leak, and it's not a place of an empowering use of your voice. Remember that this is a tool. Your voice is a tool of expression. And so you want to get really clear about how you want to express yourself. And is anger a way in which you want to use this tool? So think about your life. What do you do when you get angry? Do you scream at other people? Do you speak harshly to others? Do you have a harsh tone in your voice? Do you get quiet and sulk? Or, go off by yourself? What happens when you get angry and how do you use your voice? Just reflect on that for a moment. And I'm going to share with you a very powerful way to use your voice when you are angry. First, let's think about the energy of anger. Anger is about change. It's about getting things done. It's about impetus and momentum now, to change something, to get something done. That is the positive aspect of anger. And so when you're angry, you can use that energy. I call it harnessing. Harness the energy, gather that energy of getting things done, of making change. And if you choose to use your voice as a tool for change, you're gathering that passion in your body. Remember that first video where we talked about grounding in week 2. We talked about grounding. You want to use your anger in passionate ways to speak your truth, to speak your message, and also be grounded first. So if you forgot what I was talking about, go back to week number 2 where we talked about grounding and go through the grounding meditation to remind yourself. Because if you are going to harness the energy of passion, you don't want it to be scattered. You want it to be laser focused. Because the focus in the anger energy is what you can use to create change. If you're angry and you're just swearing and just all over the place and F this and F this and, you're just not harnessing that energy and focusing it in on something to change, or an area where you want to make change, then you're losing the energy. It's not helping anything. If you're venting, if you're complaining, if you're upset and your anger is just blah, like your word vomit on somebody, that doesn't do anything to create change. But when you can harness your anger and turn it into that passionate energy of something that you want to change, and you choose words to move you forward on the path of change, that's when anger can be useful. So as an example in my own life, I get angry when I see things happening on this planet that are hurting humans and animals and life on this planet. It really pisses me off. But I take that anger and that pissed off feeling and I channel it into my work. And I say, if I can touch just one person and activate one person to live more in alignment with their soul, then that anger energy I've turned into passion. I've used it as fuel to help somebody else make change in their life. And that, my friends, is a positive use of anger. And that's what I encourage you to do with your anger. Because it can actually move mountains. It can actually be very profound when you use that kind of energy to create change. It's a strong energy. It's an intense energy. And it's an energy that we all have access to. And we can use our voices as tools to create something better on this planet. And for me, that's what it's all about. If I can use anger to restore heaven on earth, I'm going to transmute that shit and I'm going to help somebody make a positive change in their life. So your assignment for this week is to go into the Facebook group with the Light Language Symposium, come into our group and share what you have done with your anger. How do you use your anger? Do you speak anger? Do you speak when you're angry? Or do you take a moment, take a breath, take a pause, harness the energy of change and use it for something good? How do you use your voice when you're angry? And if it's not in healthy ways, how would you like to change that? What changes would you like to see with your voice? Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I am looking forward to next month, where we're going to share much more about activating your voice. We're going to move into more vocal exercises and things you can do to exercise your voice, to train your brain and nervous system so that you can begin speaking more powerfully, whether you're on stage or speaking with your child. It really doesn't matter. All these concepts are relevant for you in activating and unlocking your voice.